How about 4-0 now for the John Tyler Lions and going for 5-0 and now in the driver's seat in District 16 5A as the Lions take on the Tigers at Corsicana's Tiger Stadium coming up on Friday night. Welcome back on Coach's Corner, and Coach Rickland Holmes is with us again. JT at Corsicana, 7:30 at Tiger Stadium on Friday night after a 40-29 win over defending state champion Ennis this past week at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. It was a big ball game, brother.
Big game. You know, week 4, going into that game, facing another undefeated team in Ennis, knowing that, you know, winning that game will put us in the driver's seat to be on the path to winning us a district championship.
Game got a little chippy at times too, didn't it?
It did. It did. But, you know, any time you're in a heavyweight fight with 2 heavyweight fighters, it's going to be some punches thrown that, you know, you may not have wanted to been thrown, but they're going to be thrown.
There was one deal, I'm not sure you got it on your video, but they clearly roughed your quarterback and didn't get called.
Yeah.
It's kind of dangerous stuff, but their whole deal was to, they were going after Bryson, weren't they?
Yeah, and they're not going to be the only team that's going to go after Bryson. I mean, Bryson frustrates a lot of teams with what he do on the field, and with that frustration comes some dumb plays from time to time from the opposing team. But it falls on the refs to make sure that they get that under control and they call those type of plays.
And do you feel like your guys have done a good job? I see this all the time at the junior college level. Guys just can't walk away. Do you think you've done a pretty good job of, you know, having your guys, if the other team is going to be dumb, accepting that 15-yard gift without retaliating? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I think our kids do an exceptional job because there's been plenty of times during this year where if my kids didn't have the composure that they do have, the games probably could have got out of control, kind of like some of the other games that have been happening in the Houston area.
But plus but again, you get this 15-yard gift. If the other team's going to commit a personal foul, just say thank you very much. Take the 15 yards, right?
And let's move on down the field and put some points on the board.
What did you do right in the Ennis game?
We ran the ball exceptionally well. The emergence of James Allen as our starting running back has been a great addition. Bryson, he's doing what Bryson do. Damian Dundon made some big plays for us. Offensive line is starting to come together in jail. They're controlling the line of scrimmage, doing a lot of great things there to keep that offense doing what it's doing. I think we ran the ball and that controlled the clock. Our defense, you know, they didn't stop them, but they contained them, and they made plays when they need to make plays. And up front, I think we controlled the line of scrimmage, and our linebackers made some good secure tackles.
Ennis, I was looking at the numbers. Ennis had 33 carries for 188 yards. That's pretty good. You guys do that. That's a pretty good job on them, isn't it?
Oh, most definitely, because, you know, it's a run-happy offense that they do have with the misdirection that they threw at us, the different alignments that they came up with us against our defense. I think our kids done a great job being disciplined enough to focus in on their keys and get the job done.
You're in the driver's seat in the district now, aren't you?
Most definitely. I think we're the only undefeated team in the district now, so this week coming up, we don't have to face another undefeated opponent in our district.
We're going to see the highlights here in just a moment, but just briefly, you know, Corsicana, they beat White House this past week. They're pretty good, aren't they?
They are. Every team in our district is good. You know, every week is going to be a tough week, especially for us because the bullseye is always on our back.
Yeah, and it's again, that game is at Tiger Stadium, and again, we'll get back to it in a moment. Let's roll tape on the Ennis game. Again, JT wins at 40-29 at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium, and like Coach Holmes said, it's kind of a heavyweight battle. You're in the blue, they're in the white. Let's talk about it.
The first thing, the uniform combination, I love it. I like the black helmet, blue jersey,
black
yeah,
this is. I was going to say, yeah, I'm looking at this. Is this the first time you've worn those?
That's the first time we wore this combination.
Okay, all right. So, who gets to pick? Do you pick them every week, or
I
the kids get?
I pick them every week.
You don't let your seniors have them?
I said one day I might let them do that. But right here on defense, man, we've done a great job controlling the line of scrimmage, linebackers coming downhill, making plays, making secure tackles. You know, on this play right here, you know, we done a good job. We just got to make sure we hit it up in there where we need to hit it up in there. But later on, James started running the ball. He started making some positive yardage for us.
James went up with, 95 yards rushing? Something like that.
Yeah.
Done a good job. That's a nice play.
There's a play right here where, we tell Bryson go and throw it up there and give him a chance to make a play on the ball. And right here, we drew the PI on that one. So that helped us out a lot.
And look at their kind of their wing offense, if you will.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's a good job by the defense, you know, collapsing, making sure that we get on this guy. He's a big kid, so you know he's gonna get his yardage, but you gotta make sure you get up on those pads and get him down quick. Good job right there. That was a second down play.
I'm guessing Pierre Leonard was in on that play.
Oh, he was in on a lot of plays. There he is right there.
Yeah, there he is.
He had several solos, several assists, and he had several tackles for a loss on Friday night's game. He had a great game, and he scored a touchdown. So
now I'm assuming this is going to be a punt return here, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a punt return where we should have caught this ball.
Oh, okay, all right.
You know, I tell my punt returner done all the time. You know, just because you can't return the ball don't mean you don't catch the ball. You could have fair caught that ball, and we probably could have been on the 20 instead of starting out on the 10.
Right. Okay. So you could have saved the yardage there. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's Bryson handing off to
James Allen. Great job right here, getting that positive yards. The only thing I want him to do right here is switch that ball to the outside arm. So it gives him a chance to use that right arm to at least shed off a tackler here too. Good tough run right there by him, getting back to the line of scrimmage. Offensive line doing a good job. That was just a great defensive call play by Ennis, you know, having that linebacker come free. Good hard run right here by Trey Allison with Pierre leading.
Trey's playing both ways, middle linebacker on offense, or defense, and some running back on offense.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Great play right here by the defense.
That ball was tipped, wasn't it?
Yep. That was a good job by the front line.
Bryson in the shotgun. You've become University of Oregon with all these uniforms.
Yeah, we got some different combinations going on
Now
here.
this is a black helmet?
Yeah, black matte helmet.
A black matte helmet.
Yeah, with a blue line.
Do y'all have a blue helmet this year?
Yeah, we'll wear that this year.
Okay, and a white helmet.
Matter of fact, we're going to wear that against Corsicana.
Okay, all right.
This right here was a design play to pass the ball, but as you can see up front, we didn't do quite well enough for us to get away with this one. Plays like these are going to happen, but we got to make sure that we get things done.
Lena's pretty
so
good.
We can come through. Yeah, they're a pretty good football team now. They didn't win a state championship for nothing.
Right. All right. Line them up here and play some D.
Right here, it was a great design play by them. We had a call for this one. The safeties didn't quite come over like they were supposed to. But, you know, once we get to the sideline, we can make those adjustments and we can make some things happen.
Stack him up.
Yeah, this was a fumble by them that we recovered. Great field position for our offense to start out.
Boy, it's hard to see those balls coming out of there sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they squeak out pretty quick now. There's another one that we come up with.
That's just your guys not giving up on the play.
Not giving up on the play.
Right. I mean, the kid had a pretty good run working, but your guys didn't give up on the play. And here's James Allen, right?
James.
Yeah. James has his dad, James Sr., and his brother, Darrell, both played at JT, so
yeah.
You get a little peer pressure working there, right? He's playing well.
Got a little John Tyler pedigree going on.
Absolutely. You bet he did. Here's a touchdown.
Good pass right there to Duntavian Gross going across the middle.
It's cool how quickly the ball comes out of there. Bryson sees that, and he threw him open instead of waiting for him to get open, too, right?
Yeah.
Stack
Good
them up.
job right here by the front line. Linebackers feeling like they need to. You'll see right here on the end zone view. Right there coming down here. Good job by Trey Allison in the front line. Him and Dade collapsing.
Yeah. And notice 28, you just saw him on offense. Again, he's going both ways.
Yep.
Trey Allison, he's a sophomore.
Well,
This is another play by the defensive front. I'm guessing Braylon and Pierre part of this one. Here's Braylon. That's Pierre, number 9.
The sophomore Greg Guerrero plays defensive end. He's the one that created that play from the jump. Good run right here by Bryson, splitting.
Oh, yeah.
Getting down the sideline, making some big positive yardage.
And it's just athletic ability and instincts here,
Yep.
right?
Saw the crease and hit it. It's a good run right here by James, hitting it up in there. Getting us a first down. Great job up front. Guys blocking, keeping their feet moving, getting up under their pads, controlling the line of scrimmage. That's what you want out of your line. And they're starting to get there. They're gelling. They're getting better.
That's just a good tough 5-yard run
there.
there.
That's just a good hard run right there.
Because they had him, thought they had him, didn't they?
First contact in the backfield.
Now, what did they call holding
I think
here?
they call holding on us.
Okay. Still, just an impressive effort by James Allen, even if it didn't count.
Good job right here. Coming off, first guy that contact him, got to bring him down. Got to see who they steal.
That's Big Braylon there, isn't it?
Yep, that's a good job right there. Defense is coming together, offense is coming together, special teams coming together. So, good job right here by Pierre. He found a little crease and he hit it real hard.
Y'all still call him Chicago?
Yeah, he's still Chicago.
Nice play by the senior Pierre Leonard.
Good job right here by the guys, corralling this guy. This was the starting running back for him that they moved the quarterback for the state championship team. So he was the guy that was toting the mail last year for him.
This kid, number one, right? Fumble here.
Yep. We come up with another turnover.
And I guess you're going to take advantage of it here in a minute.
Oh, yeah. We take advantage of it. Good hard run right here by James. Hitting it up in there, making a guy miss it too. He's gonna find his way in the end zone. Good tough run by him. Great job blocking up front, creating a hole, a little crease for him to hit it, and there it is.
There it is. Again, that was the second quarter, that 6-yard run. I think it was second quarter run, I believe.
Good job right here by the defense. First guy got to get him down, but we end up getting him back for even a bigger loss, which was good for us.
A lot of black hats around, too. That's what you want.
And it's Dwayne Jones staying at home and end up making the play for the big loss. He's another sophomore. He's getting better.
Nice play.
Yeah, that was DeQuaylen Kennedy on that one. He's our strong safety. Great play on the ball right there.
Yeah, good cover. Your recovery. Kid was open for a moment.
Yeah, he was open for a moment.
Here's Bryson.
Take off for a little, about 7-yard gain there. Made that guy miss.
You made him miss. So that positive gain, we're driving on down. Here we go. Back on defense.
Got to make this play. It's a great run by them. Coming from the backside.
Yeah, a little bit of a crease there.
Yep.
Well, the reality is they're a pretty good team, too. They're going to make some plays. But you win it 40-29. And, again, I haven't looked at the whole district standings, but the bottom line is that you're the last remaining undefeated team in District 16-5A.
Yep.
Which means with 3 games to go, I mean, you've got Corsicana, Jacksonville, and who am I overlooking left?
Nacogdoches our last game.
Nacogdoches on the road, right?
Yes, sir.
So just talk about those, those 3 games and what you got in front of you now. It's all out there. It's a chance for you to win district now.
The main one we got to worry about is one that's coming up, and that's
Right.
against Corsicana, and we have to go to Corsicana. Corsicana is a tough team. They're well coached. They've been playing tough. I think they started out their season undefeated. So they do know how to win some football games. Got a great running attack on the offense side of the ball. And on the defense side of the ball, they play fundamentally style-sized football. And, when you go against teams like that, like the ones that we've been facing thus far, you got to make sure that you minimize your mistakes so that you can come out with a victory at the end of the day.
Don't know the young man's name, but I've forgotten his name, but they have a running back who I think had 200 yards maybe against White House this past week.
200-plus yards against
200-plus yards.
And probably about 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Right.
So he's a kid that know how to run the ball. The offensive line is doing a great job creating some creases for him. But, like I said, that's what they do. They run the ball. They're not a passing team. They're a downhill team, smash mouth football.
Your guys love to play on the road too, don't they?
Yeah. We think every stadium that we go to is our home stadium. So, it just goes, with the mentality that we have is we're going out to beat John Tyler week in and week out, not the team that we're playing.
Kadarius Henderson got dinged up in the game. Am I right about that? Concussion, do we know his status? It's kind of day-to-day, right?
Yes, day-to-day. He's going through his protocol. It's a deal that every child across the country has to go through before they're cleared to compete again.
And you know that it's the right thing to do because of the situation with the Alto kid this past week. Now, he didn't have a concussion. He just collapsed on the sideline. That's terribly sad.
Yeah. Terribly
sad story. But you really do, you bend over backwards to take every precaution with these young men too.
Yes, because you don't want anything that you probably could have, controlled from the beginning to come back and fatally have something happen to that young man or that young lady, depending on what sport they're in.
So hopefully KD will be back soon. Let's talk about some of the unsung heroes. I mean, every week we talk about Bryson Smith and Damian Miller and Dontavian Gross and now James Allen and all those guys. Let's talk about some of the unsung guys that don't get a lot of publicity, kind of do the dirty work for you.
Well, I mean, you got to start on the offense side of the ball. A guy named Jackson Bridges, his older brother is our starting left tackle, so he gets a lot of action. But Jackson, he's doing a great job coming in as a backup, giving Braylon some breather at right guard, also coming in and playing a little center. So he's getting the job done. Another one at the edge is Jerry Young. He got his first touchdown play last week.
Wide receiver, right?
At wide receiver. He brings a little different element to us with the speed that he has. So he draws attention away from Damon and Dundon from time to time. Michael Washington Givens, he's doing a great job. He's making plays when he needs to make plays, not just on the offense side of the ball, but he helps us in special teams also. So, and then on the defense side of the ball, guys that are starting to emerge on that side, Brandon Dade at linebacker, Jesse Darden at linebacker. Our 3 sophomore defensive ends are doing a great job. Greg Guerrero, DeKalen Goodson, and Tobias Marshall. All 3 of them are sophomores. And, between those 3, all 3 of them are starters for us week in and week out. Linebacker Dwayne Jones, sophomore, doing a great job, maturing, getting better. He's not a sophomore anymore. Now that he has these games under his belt, he's doing a great job. Kadarian Johnson, he's a cornerback that comes in, and he has been a very valuable backup role for us right now. He's a kid that could possibly be a starter at any time. So we got a lot of kids that help us out in different areas, not just on offense, defense, but in special teams. Those guys are helping us getting the job done because the game is played in 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams.
And I see when I come out to practice to interview the young men each week before a radio pregame show, You guys, I know, spend basically that last part of the practice from 8 to about 8:30.
Yep.
Working on special teams in different situations. Who coaches your special teams, and what kind of job you think?
The special team coordinator is Coach Torrey Elder. He's also my defensive end coach, and he's also the head JV football coach. So he's doing a great job making sure that we are put in the best position possible to be successful on special teams. And all of my positional coaches help on the special teams side of the ball. So they all have a hand in what, Coach Elder has designed for us to do.
And your young kicker, Luis Duran, is now over at Tyler Junior College and doing a good job. Your young kicker,
Devin Salazar.
Devin Salazar.
He's
handling both to you.
He's handling everything for him. And he's doing an exceptional job. He's learning that, Friday night football is a lot different than where he was playing last year, which was on Thursday. The pressure of being a John Tyler kicker is just like being a John Tyler football coach or the John Tyler quarterback. It's going to come a time during this season where we're going to have to depend on his leg and his accuracy.
How many, we've talked about this before, you carry, what, about 50 kids on the varsity? What's your number right now?
Our max number is 53. Right now we're at 45.
45. And you've never believed in carrying a big number just to have them dressed out on the sidelines. You believe that varsity group should be pretty small and tight, right?
That's right. I mean, it's just like an NFL roster. If they wanted to sign all those guys, they sign all those guys. But, with that number that you have there, you have a true solid 2 deep on offense and defense. You have a 3 deep that can rotate through. So therefore, you still have the depth that you need to have to have a successful football team. And you don't have all those people on the sideline that you have to control and keep people back and out the way and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you're thinking, being that the ones that aren't going to play, you want them playing somewhere.
They need to be playing on Thursday so they can get that valuable time in, which is experience in playing. And that's the only way you get back.
Give me a couple of examples of guys this year who are playing a lot, who maybe are just now getting to the varsity, who played a lot last year on the JV.
Well, one is James Allen. He's a senior this year that has played on JV as sophomore and his junior year. With the experience that he had at that level, playing receiver and playing running back, gave him what he needed to do what he's doing now, which is running the ball very well for us, also catching the ball out the backfield.
How's your JV teams doing?
Right now at our sub-varsity level, they all are competing for a district championship right now. I think the JV has 1 district loss up under their belt, but they're still in the running to win it. And both freshman teams are undefeated.
You've got, we don't talk much about it, but the Pee Wee leagues around, you've got a pretty good system. There's a young team that call themselves the Lions in town. Play.
Matter of fact, they played the Red Raiders this Saturday.
Okay, but I'm just saying, there's your school area. Football is a big deal there, even starting young. It's Little League baseball to a lot of these kids. They play from the time they're old enough to play. By the time they get to JT, do those coaches run some of your same stuff? I mean,
they do. They do at a lower level, kind of watered down version, more simplistic type offense and defense. But for the most part, they do a good job down there coaching those kids, coaching them the correct way. The fundamentals of football, learning how to really tackle, ball security, blocking schemes. The small, minute things that most Little League coaches don't coach because they have some kids that are just better than other kids.
Right, yeah, but you're trying to get them to coach a little bit so by the time they get – so you're hoping that by the time you get them that they haven't learned bad habits that you have to uncoach,
That's right?
Are they pretty good at that?
They're pretty good at that. I think, the guy that's over the program is Coach Joe Thompson. I think he does a great job, having great coaches to coach those kids and getting them to do the right thing the way that it needs to be done, the way that it needs to be done for them to get better.
Yeah, and your freshman team, how are they doing?
Like I said, they're undefeated in the district right now.
Are they really?
Both of them are competing for a district championship, and as long as they went out like we expect them to be, then we should have 3 district champions from all of our levels.
Now, the Snapshot Day is coming up. I think at the end of the month, I believe it's October 30th, right? I believe, which is on a Thursday, I think, or a Friday. I believe it's a Friday. going to be on a Friday. Do you think at all about, about being a 6A team next year? I understand the enrollment at JT's actually gone up a little bit. So do you care one way or the other?
Either way, we got to play football. You know, whether we're 4A, 5A, or 6A. Football is going to be still played at John Tyler High School. With the kids that we have, with the enrollment that we have, we'll be looking at 6A numbers. And if that does happen, we're gonna embrace it with open arms, because first of all, it's probably gonna put us back in the district with Robert E. Lee,
right? Which
now brings a lot more weight to the Robert E. Lee John Tyler game, like it used to be.
Right.
Hopefully, if it does work out that way, Longview will probably end up getting bumped up. So now you're talking about 3 East Texas 6A teams that we'll have now to compete with the Metroplex and the Houston area.
I wonder if do you care? I mean, would you think it'd be back with Mesquite schools maybe, or I wonder how that would line up. Who knows, right?
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes it works out the way you think it's gonna work out. Sometimes it doesn't. But if it does go that route, it probably would mix us in with the Mesquite schools instead of the Garland schools,
right?
Because of the 3 that we'll be bringing to the table. Right. It'd be more of an overload for the Garland area than it would be for the Mesquite area.
Garland already has like 7 or 8 schools, and so they've had their own district, and then now they don't because South Garland is playing 5A, but everybody else is 6A. So if South Garland went back up, it really wouldn't make any sense. So maybe, knock on wood, maybe we get the Mesquite schools back, which I would love. But you have genuinely loved playing in this district, haven't you?
Yes.
All East Texas? It's been fun, hasn't it?
It's been fun. The travel isn't that bad.
And that may continue. Who's to say they won't continue?
Yeah, and the travel isn't that bad, but as it looks right now, we're probably going to end up getting bumped up, and if we do get bumped up, then we'll be leaving our East Texas group, which would be White House, Corsicana, Jacksonville, Lindale, Nack, Lufkin. We'll be leaving those guys.
And I'm sure Ennis wants to be, they'd probably like to play. They have to drive a lot. This might have been your last game with Ennis for the foreseeable future. Realignment is in February. We just don't know, right?
Yeah, just don't know yet.
Yeah, and the district has been entertaining, and I'd love to see it continue. Have you developed any particular rivalries?
Right now,
What's it been, 4 years or 6 years?
The fan rivalry is the White House game. I think everybody looks towards that every year. Now you had us and Ennis, which was a great game last year and a great game this year.
Nack is an old rival.
Then Nack and Lufkin, which is old district rivals.
Right.
So that has been something that has always been around, and everybody always look forward to.
All right, and again, let's talk a little bit about the importance of this game this week. On the road, Corsicana, what do you expect Friday night?
I expect a hard-nosed football game. I expect them to run the ball downhill, pass when necessary, and our defense got to come up with some big plays. We got to come up with some big stops. Offensively, we got to make sure we control the clock. We got to make sure that every series that we have ends with a score. Yeah, and the Lions again play at Corsicana. Again, Tiger Stadium is a location that JT fans know well. Been a number of playoff games at Tiger Stadium for both the Tyler High Schools. Both of them won this past week. Both of them continue on looking to play great football for these final 3 weeks of the season. Again, JT on the road at Corsicana coming up on Friday night. That's a 7:30 kickoff at Tiger Stadium in Corsicana. And the Lions and Cujo certainly need and deserve your support. So we'll see you at Tiger Stadium with Coach Holmes and the Lions coming up Friday night. Thanks for joining us.